Good morning, family. This is Ricky, and welcome to Hope for Today. Happy Tuesday. I hope you are having as good a time as I am as we've been trekking through the book of 2 Timothy, this beautiful letter from the Apostle Paul to his son in the faith, Timothy, using these little treasures as boxes of wisdom for us to continue to do what Jesus has called us to do. We're in chapter 2 where he's using these metaphors that typify the way we're supposed to show up for the gospel, show up for one another. Paul has just said you got to share in suffering like a soldier. Yesterday, remember, an athlete only gets crowned unless they compete according to the rules. We talked about obedience. Let's keep on going because Paul wants to talk to us today about hard work. Let's keep on looking. It happens in verse 6. He says, "It is the hard-working farmer who ought to have the first share of the crops." It is the hardworking farmer who ought to have the first share of the crops. I love this passage. Don't you see what the Holy Spirit is up to in this passage? Now, of course, you get the metaphor. And some of you are from the country like me, and you know farmers. I've got farmers all over my family, and I can tell you this, ain't none one of them lazy. Because there's no such thing as a lazy farmer who also harvests a crop. The two are connected. Hard work pays off. That's what the Apostle Paul is reminding Timothy of. He says, Timothy, you're a pastor and you're called to preach and you're called to teach, even with the opposition against you. And I know it feels like you need more strategy and you need more this and you need more resources. And that all may be true. But Paul is saying to Timothy, don't forget, Timothy, what you can consistently and faithfully bring to God's table. And that is effort. That is hard work. Now let's go back to the metaphor. Don't you see? The farmer understands that all he can bring to the table is the work, but he still has to trust God for the rain. Oh, who am I preaching to today? And here's the beautiful thing about the marriage between a farmer and God. At the end of the day, even if God brings the rain, if the farmer had done his part to bring the work, there are still no crops. So it's a faith thing. But it's also, watch this now, it's also this honor thing where you understand that your job is to bring the work to the table and God's job is to bring the rain to the table to make what you put in to grow. But it can't grow if you ain't put it in. Most of you watching are hard workers. Most of you watching put in all sorts of effort. But I just wanted to encourage you, keep on working at that friend you're trying to win over to the Lord. Keep on working at that career that God has entrusted to you. Keep on working at that marriage that you're in, that relationship that you're in, and trust God that when you do your part, God will bring the rain. And that's hope for today. I'll see you next time.